So across the ditch, New Zealand Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern has quit, as you know, a darling of the global left. Ardern was only 37 years old when she became PM more than 5 years ago. She had her first child, her daughter Neve, in office, and she was a popular leader for a long while, dealing with the aftermath of that horrific Christchurch massacre, as well as the pandemic, of course. Ardern's government faces an election later this year. She says she spent her summer considering whether she had enough in her tank to go on for another 4 years, and she decided she didn't.
And so to Neve, Mum is looking forward to being there when you start school this year. And to Clark, let's finally get married.
OK, so that's all a little twee, isn't it? Just about every retiring politician says it's all about spending more time with the family. Certainly, I wish her all the best personally, and at her young age, she could still have 2 or 3 more careers ahead of her. But while the Green left around the world lionise her and her woke ways, especially because of her youth and her gender, no doubt she was in many ways a trailblazer, becoming only the second world leader to give birth while in office. The cold hard reality is that she's running from an election battle she looked like losing. New Zealand was even more paranoid and closed off than we were during the pandemic, and the economic hangover with interest rates and cost of living pressures is even worse in the land of the long white cloud. Ardern claimed to be kind, but she wasn't kind to New Zealanders wanting to go home during the pandemic or to the unvaccinated who wanted to work. Her climate policies are not kind to farmers, and she wanted Australia to be kind to Kiwi criminals. I guess you got to be cruel to be kind, hey? Having visited New Zealand just last year, I can tell you plenty of Kiwis are furious at the way Ardern infantilised them during the pandemic. The bottom line is that Ardern and her Labor Party have crashed in the polls, and they need a change of leader to see if they can right the ship and retain government. So as I said, we all wish her well personally. She's made her mark on history, but Jacinda Ardern is going out at a time of her choosing rather than taking on the electoral fight of her life, one she looks set to lose.